Hello, hey everybody. Welcome back to our social media page, Upload Past Crossroads. I pray you've been enjoying all our content. First of all, this is a spoiler. She didn't know I was going to do this, but I'd like to thank Maya for holding down the fort with doing more content on Upload Past Crossroads, our YouTube channel. Um, yeah, like she's actually turned our YouTube channel into something I dreamed of and envisioned, like that I always wanted it to be like, which is like about our lives, our story, about my family, and it's like a family ministry and stuff like that. So I like what she's doing with our page. So if you're not subscribed, you need to go ahead and subscribe right now. So I'm about to share my screen, and I want you guys to support us on our YouTube page, Upload Past Crossroads. This is our ministry, Upload Past Crossroads, the best YouTube page ever. This is our 640th video. So if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and after you subscribe, make sure to click the bell so you're notified anytime we upload another video. And you can see we got a whole lot of content. We got sermons, we got videos that me and Maya are about to do right now, talking about the birth of our son, Zion Emmanuel Jenkins. We're about to talk about that on this video. And then also you can just see other people, on this page as well, because we upload other people, because this ministry is called Upload Past Crossroads, motivating you through your adversity, your sufferings, just all the stuff that you're facing in life. So make sure to like this video. That's the first thing you should do. And then comment. Right, and leave a comment, let us know what videos you like us to do next. But with this video, I was envisioning us talking about the birth of our son and what that day was like, but mainly talking about what it was like when we first saw him, because it was something that words can't describe. Only the people who have a child know what I'm talking about. When you're in that moment and you see the birth of your child and you're there for the whole experience, right? And then you lay eyes, you make eye contact with them, and it's your first initial impression of them, right?
Your first encounter.
Yeah, your first encounter. So I wanted us to talk about that. So did you have anything you want to say before we talk about that? Like about what I was, thanking you for the video and stuff.
Just thank you, sweet. I'm glad you appreciate what I'm doing. I'm trying to do it more and do it better, but the more I do it, the better I'll get. So I just appreciate that you are appreciating what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'll be getting on to her about not posting more content. I ideally I want her to post like 2 videos a day. Well, that would be perfect, but not 2 videos a day, but 2 videos a week, like at the minimum, right? But anyways, I want to talk about the birth of our son. So yeah, and I had a whole album set up for you guys to look at it, but instead I'm just gonna show you like the hospital experience first, like so you get a feel for like what we were going through in that day. And I want Zion to know when he goes back and watch this video. So this video is really about the birth of our son, right?
Should we talk about the day?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like so first of all, like when you're pregnant and you're about to have a baby, and when you're when you're about to have your baby, like and your water breaks, like the water can break at any moment, at any time, you don't know, right? I think she was at her full cycle or close to it, like she was like 2 weeks away or something.
No, I was 40 weeks and 2 days.
Okay,
I was past the due date.
So so the due date said 40 weeks or something, right? So from a guy perspective, we don't keep up with stuff like that. Who, that's on them, right? They know, and the doctors know. So we're at the time where he's supposed to be born, and
nothing happened.
Yeah, nothing happened. So we're expecting to have a child soon, but we're just here in this duplex that we live in Lebanon, Tennessee, and next thing you know, we were doing something that, couples do, right? At least you should be doing. And then, we're just having, spending quality time with each other. We're having a good time. And then next thing you know, after we were, done and chilling like villains, literally right after we were done, and we chilled for probably 10 minutes or something, maybe 15, maybe let's say 25.
Yeah.
We were getting real comfortable, right? And probably about to go to sleep or watch something. I don't even remember. I think probably about to watch something.
Yeah.
We like to watch, shows and movies and just anything together, because that's time to be able to communicate, spend time with each other. That's the way we rest, right? And would you call that rest? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's our relaxation, bonding through media and stuff. Okay, but anyways, that's beside the point. All right. So her water breaks. I don't even remember. Like when it happened, I was like, it's not like I didn't believe her.
Or you asked if I peed myself. I was
Right.
like, no, I know the difference.
Like
I went to the bathroom like, literally like 2 minutes ago. Like I went to the bathroom. I didn't have to go. So I knew I didn't pee.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm just gonna be honest on this channel. Like I thought it was her doing something when you do something sexual, like like. So I thought it was that, like, but
that far after,
right? I was in denial. Like I was like, you really enjoyed it.
Oh Lord.
But anyways, like, like her water breaks. So like we already had everything set up to leave, but like we still had to get some stuff like ready to go because like, what time do you think it happened? I think it happened at like 2 p.m., 12 p.m., maybe 11 a.m.
Yeah, it was like 11. It was on the morning.
Okay.
It was like 11.
It was 11 a.m. like November 27th. Would you say, or it's 26? It was 27. 26. Okay.
Wait. No, you're right. 27. Sorry. 27.
Yeah, November 27th at 11 a.m. Right, and so we drive to the hospital. Hospital's right by us in Lebanon, Tennessee. Like there's a Vanderbilt hospital right here where we live at, and so that's where we already scheduled to, have her, have the baby there. And like that's what I recommend too. Like if you're about to have a baby and stuff, like it's just good to already know who. We didn't know exactly who our doctors were going to be during that time, like when her water does break, but we did, like they knew they were expecting us. So I wouldn't like recommend going to a hospital if they're not expecting you. Like you want to already have everything laid out. Wouldn't you say that? Like you should say that. Like
surprises happen and stuff, but I know most people go in with a plan. So if everything pans out, you should have it go as close to your plan as you can. But with pregnancy, with babies, you have to be ready to pivot and change your plans because things can change and change quickly. But
be ready. That's what she said. Be ready.
Be ready.
Mm-hmm.
But we had chosen that hospital, one, just because of how close, because if something were to have happened, we would be right there and wouldn't have to like travel like an hour to get to a hospital or something.
Yeah. It was nice. Like it was right there. And then what's convenient about the hospital being right by our house, like literally like 2 minutes. Like we walked this probably 40 minutes or 35. Like it's real close. Like, worst case scenario, right? But and obviously you don't want to do that if your water breaks. But I don't know, it ain't that bad.
About 40 minutes. Right. I would think maybe 10.
Okay. Well, it's just weird when her water broke. Like I guess everybody's situation would be different, but like she wasn't in pain or anything. It's just a weird like time, like like it happened unexpectedly, like but we had everything laid out with the hospital, but still we had to get there, like and so we got there like what 1 p.m.
Yeah, because they told us because we called the hospital.
Oh yeah,
and they told us
they asked if she was in pain, like what's her pain level,
asked about
like
the contractions, which I wasn't really feeling because I didn't really feel my contractions. Maybe 1 or 2 I could feel it, but I didn't really feel them. And by the time I was actually starting to feel contractions around like 5.5 centimeters, like at the hospital already, that's when they were telling us that I was going to have a C-section instead of what I wanted, which was to like naturally push out the baby.
Dang, are you talking about the hospital now? Already?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to skip a little.
You did skip.
Okay, I'm sorry, but we can go back. But as far as
us getting to the hospital.
Yeah, us getting to the hospital and the water break. Actually, when we got there, they said that my water wasn't broken. So I don't know, maybe there was like a small pop and some of it came out. I don't 100% know. But I know I felt like a small pop and then a rush. of liquid when it happened that I could not control. It wasn't like I had to pee. It was like something I could not control. I could not hold. It just happened.
I think we got there at like 1 p.m. too.
Yeah, because
and
they
then
told us to like if I told me put like a pad on and to see like how much like liquid was like being released. Like if I kept filling a pad, then yeah, I needed to come in. Or if it was like a strange color or something that I needed to come in. But they said to if the pad like could fill to go ahead and come in. So we waited like an hour or so.
Are you talking about here?
Yes, we waited like an hour here.
Oh yeah, we did wait. Like yeah.
And then we went to the hospital.
Yeah, but I'm trying to. Dang, you really going in detail. Like, good lord. But anyway, we get to the hospital at like 1 p.m. Like I keep on going there. You keep on like all over the place. Like 1 p.m. and I don't remember. I just remember like we had to stay there for a minute. But then they were talking about like we need to go back home because like maybe we're not gonna have the baby today or something. But they were doing tests and stuff like that. And eventually, like something came up to where they were like concerned. And I don't remember what it was, but
it was his heart rate dropping
and
my heart rate rising. Like mine kept rising and his was dropping.
And then something else was happening too. And so at first they were gonna let us go because it just seemed like we had too much time. Yeah, and they didn't want us to waste money.
Yeah, I wasn't very dilated. Like I think I was 3 centimeters when we got to the hospital. Because for the longest time before just at my last several doctor's appointments, I was 1 centimeter and I stayed at 1. Like it didn't really move. So when we were at the hospital, I was at 3 when they checked. And then at a certain point, it got to like 5.5 and it kind of like stalled at 5.5. He wasn't moving anymore.
Yeah. And then like Maya, we'll talk about this in another video because like Maya want to talk about like how, and I want you to remember this, like she want to talk about how, she just didn't have the experiences that she envisioned and thought like in general when it came to her son. Like she wanted stuff done a certain way, and some of it just went out the door. Like so she had to learn how to adjust. So we'll talk about that on another video. But let's go ahead and get to the point. So like Zion, he pooped inside of her, right, or something like that. And because that's just Zion's personality. He's like me. He likes to take precautions. He's like we're like Chucky from Rugrats. If you guys know who Chucky from Rugrats is, let me educate you real quick. So Rugrats is a show that was on Nickelodeon, and Chucky was Tommy Pickles' best friend. You know, you got Lil, you got Dill, and then you got Tommy Pickles. Let me show you who Chucky is if you don't know who Chucky is. All right. So with Chucky, you know, he's the scaredy cat. Anytime they did something crazy, you know, Tommy and the boys, you know, and Dill and Lil and Phil, like anytime they did something crazy, Chucky would be like talking them out of it, like we shouldn't do that, like, you know, it's not stop, like. And I had to be honest with myself. I'm more of a Chucky, and that's Zion. Zion is no different than me. Like he felt like something was going on weird inside of, you know, where he was in Maya's belly, and so he pooped. And so then the hospital was like, we need to go ahead and do a C-section. So that really surprised Maya. Like she was starting to dilate or whatever. So she was starting to feel a little pain. And if I'm being honest, we'll do another video on this one too. Like, you know, probably when we talk about like what happened that we wanted to happen. I mean, what happened that we didn't want to happen, you know, but what was ideally, you know what I'm trying to say. I just said it. But when she was being dilated, she was getting more and more pain. And like one thing I wanted to hear was Maya yelling and stuff. Like I just wanted to know if she even had it in her, if she could yell, because she never yelled before. So I don't know if she could yell from pain and stuff like that, because her pain tolerance is so high. But anyways, so long story short, we get in a process of like doing it. They get her set up to do the C-section or whatever, and we're in that room. And it's a very bright room, and it's with a lot of doctors, like at least 15. Like it was a lot.
Should I say for me, since I had to go in first?
Yeah, she had to go in first. I had to put on like a bombing suit,
your hazmat suit.
Yeah,
because they took me in first, and it is freezing cold in there. Because I mean, if you're the one being operated on, you only have your gown on, and one is freezing, and then they get you to sit on the table and to hunch over so they can reach in, put the needle in your back to numb you so they can do the surgery, because a C-section is major surgery. They're cutting through several layers of tissue, muscle, skin, all the things to get access to the baby and pull the baby out. So yeah, I'm already laying down. They've I guess started. I can't see because they put up the sheet, um, and like it's starting to. I guess like I'm starting to not be able to feel from like almost chest down, and that's about when you came in. And um, yeah, I remember also at a certain point starting to feel uh, nauseous while I'm laying down. So I tell one of the nurses to say give some kind of medication so I don't just throw up in there. But so you're just by my head, and they're doing whatever they're doing behind the curtain, and you can jump in here.
Yeah, I actually have photos of that. So which one I want to show you guys? Yeah, anyways, yeah, I come in there, right? And this is the position I'm in. Like Maya, there's a blue sheet blocking like her organs in her stomach where they're doing the operation. I come in and I'm let me make this bigger so you guys can see it like really clear. I come in and I'm in this like little uh bombing outfit. That's all I can call it, with my hoodie on, like my clothes on underneath, and they put this thing on my head. I gotta wear a mask, and so they're pulling out Zion from her stomach, right? So you get the visual. Like there's a blue sheet and like a clear screen, just blocking like all that, so you don't look right. But as soon as they pull Zion out, which that's him right here, um, like they started pull him up to where we could see him. And so let me show you guys what that looked like. All right, but first I'll go ahead and show you. All right, so they pull him out, and so this is my stomach. I wasn't supposed to get a photo of that, but this is them pulling him out, like and so they said I could look, so that's when I started looking, and so when they started pulling him out, I was just looking at him, and this was our first image of him right here. These two
Yeah.
images right here, but I want to make it real big so you can see it. And this is the whole point of the video of why I want to do this. Like, and the question is for me and Maya. See, this is Zion when he was before he was born. This was 29 weeks. This is at 33 weeks. Let me make it a little bigger so you can see it. But what's funny, he looks the exact same as he did, on these are these called diagrams or x-rays? Like
No, dang. As soon as you ask, now I can't remember.
ultrasounds.
Ultrasound, yeah.
All right.
Ultrasound pictures.
Yeah, he looks the exact same right now as he did, on those ultrasounds. So they're pretty accurate, by the way. But when they pulled him out, it was incredible because like he looks freaking just like me. All right.
Yes.
So let me start by saying this. When they pulled him out for us to see, and they told us we can see. Were you looking too?
Yes,
Okay.
I was looking.
And so I told you guys the angle we were in. Like I'm at her head, and I can stand up. She can't. Because she's on the table or whatever. And so as soon as they show, the whole point of this video is this: as soon as they show us Zion, what did you think? Your first thought? And so I'll start it off. My first thought was he looks just like me. Like it was words can't even describe what I felt in that moment. It was like looking in a mirror. Like, like I look at like a clone of me. Like in that moment, him crying, his facial expressions, just everything was just like me. And I've never had that experience before. Like, yeah, honestly, I feel like everybody has like a doppelganger, like somebody in this world that looks like them. They look exactly like. But like when you have a child, like they pick up all your traits, all your genetics. Like it's just crazy. Your DNA, and not just yours, like your spouse, like whoever you're married to and you had a kid with, like, or you don't have to be married, but whoever you have a kid with, like they just pick up both of the parents' genes, and so it's just crazy how much I saw myself, in my son.
Mhm.
What you got to say?
Yeah, when I first saw him, I was like, dang, he looks just like you.
Right.
Is what I saw. And like I've read somewhere before that um babies, like when they first come out, especially, they'll look like the father. It's like the natural paternity test, like it looking like the father, like you know whose it is. But I know now as he's a little bit older, like certain facial expressions he makes, like it's like whoa,
Yeah.
that looks like me. He
Right.
looks like me. Like
Yeah.
that is crazy. But yeah, when he first came out, I was like, oh my god, he looks just like you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like I always thought I was ugly. I talk about that on my YouTube channel a lot. Like just how you gotta. I just give a lot of advice when it comes to that. But like when you have a child, like that goes out the window because you have a child that looks like you. I hope you don't think you're ugly anymore. Let me stop sharing my screen so you guys can hear me. All right, but I hope you don't think you're ugly anymore because, and you can talk about this too if you want. Um, because we talked about this with the trauma series. We'll do way more videos talking about that and stuff from a psychological standpoint, because I think God is found in science and in psychology, just anything. He's in everything, right? But I just want you to imagine like what do you struggle with the most, like and I'm talking about with your mind, like what are the negative thoughts that go through your head. And so a lot of times we pass on those traumas, those negative theologies, or those life limiting theologies. We pass those on to our kids, right? And so if we pass them on to our kids, then they'll live with those same struggles, and we all pass on certain negative things to our kids. It's just natural because we're all sinners and we live in a broken world, and that's the world system. So one thing I don't want to pass on to my child is just him thinking that there's something wrong with him. He don't look good enough. Like he ain't enough. Like that's what the world's gonna tell him. Like you don't need that from his dad. And honestly, you can't afford to live your life just always beating yourself up like that. And so many people do it in so many ways, not just in that way, not just when it comes to looks. It could be, because you don't have enough money, because you don't have this career, because you didn't take advantage of this opportunity. Now your life's ruined. Like we got to stop doing that. And so like when I saw my son and I first looked at him, like that's all I could think about was like how I don't need to pass on that struggle to him, like because he looked good. He looked just like me. It'd be different. He looked like her. Like it'd be easy to be like, man, you look good. But like if he looks like you and you think you're ugly, like what is? Then you're naturally gonna eventually. You don't even have to say it. It's with your actions and what you're thinking and what and the way you respond to him or her. Like you'll just naturally tell them that they're ugly. And you got to struggle. You got to work on that, right? That's something. And we all got stuff we got to work on. We all need to be improving and getting better, and just working on something, right? And we got a lot of things to work on. If we're being honest. So, what do you guys say about that? You got anything to say?
Just yeah, as far as the trauma and not passing that passing that on, passing that down. Um just when you have a child, and I guess for the woman, so much of you has changed. Your body has changed over 9 months. The hormones in your body have changed. Like your brain chemistry changes. Like everything has changed. But and you might not look like who you were before. But that's not a bad thing, because you're not that same person who got pregnant. You're not that same person. You are somebody different. You're this child's mother now. Does that mean you can't do things you did before? No, but you shouldn't expect to be the same, because I remember hearing like getting back to a certain place, getting back or snapping back, all getting back to where you were. And that's not the goal, it's not the marker you should be striving for. As far as like, I know snapping back and all that stuff, your ultimate goal is to be healthy, which is what I've been trying to say with my own self, because I know I've struggled with like how I see myself as far as weight, and like me thinking that I am just big and overweight or something when and he will tell me that I am not and that I'm beautiful and I appreciate every time that you do. But I could be healthier. Like I've said before to him that I want to get to a place where I could run a mile and not feel like I'm about to die. Because if I did right now, I don't know if I'd make the mile. Not if I had to run. I'd be crawling by the end. So I want to get to a place where I could do it and not feel like I'm about to die. And I feel like that'd be a health goal for me. I don't stress over a number because I used to stress about being under or at 130, 130 pounds. And I am far from that number. And I am okay with that. Would I like to be smaller? Yes, but I don't have a number attached to it. I have an idea of how I'd like my body to look, and it's not associated with a number anymore.
I was gonna ask, is there a scripture verse that came to your mind when you saw Zion, like, or like just the whole process, that whole day? Like for me, um, I want to grab that blue thing that Trina made that I really like. So for me, the verse that stood out to me when even before my son was born, but especially that day, like the verse that was going to me was like when Jesus was born and the manger and stuff like that. So like the manger is just a powerful story. Like I also preach sermons on it, which I will for Christmas services and stuff like that. Like I always say, like the main like just the whole birthing process of Jesus. It wasn't the ideal birth. Like it was a virgin birth. Like that's strike one. Strike two is like um they couldn't find an inn. They couldn't find anywhere to stay. So like she had to give birth in a messy place, a dirty place, like a place where that probably is not even sanitary, like a manger. Like, are you kidding me? Like, it's not an ideal place, like in any kind of way, right? No matter how you paint it. And that's some people's lives, like, or some people's birthing experience. Like, it's messy, like, it's not ideal, like, it wasn't perfect. And that's just raising a child in general or life in general, right? It's chaotic. It doesn't go the way that you thought it should go. And like the verse that was going through my head, just like with this story, right, was Isaiah 9:6. I should put it in the video, but I'll just say it. It says, "For unto us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace." Obviously, my son's not Jesus, but we shall be imitators of Jesus, like Ephesians 5:1 says. So, like, I did think, for unto us, like a child is given and is born. Like, God's given us this child, and he's going to do great things. Like, his name alone means he's gonna do great things. Zion Emmanuel Jenkins. Like that name's so powerful. I'm gonna put it as the title of the video. But I want to show you guys some more photos of just that experience, and then you can say stuff if you want, if you think we missed something. But like I showed you guys, like this was them pulling out Zion right here. And then this was when they put him on the table. So like the first thing they did after they pulled him out, they cleaned him up a little and got all that stuff off of him, whatever that is. I don't know.
And stuff.
Yeah, Maya's a nerd when it comes to certain stuff. All right, y'all just heard it from her first. All right, but anyways, all right, and so yeah, they put him down on the table and they let me go over there with him. And first thing I did was held his hand, like, and they said I was the first person ever, really, like they ever had that. I was just taking photos the whole time. They're not used to somebody seeing the birth of their child, and all they're doing is taking photos of him. Oh, and that's something else. He was 7 pounds and 3 ounces. Yeah, so that was the weighing table thing, and I guess it had sunlight or something, some type of heat, like that's good for his skin or something. I don't know.
Well, they're cold. They're used to being in a controlled temperature, so they'd be cold. So yeah, a heat lamp.
Yeah,
keep them warm.
A heat lamp, and they kept on putting him on stuff like that. But yeah, this is my son. Like, and they put a diaper on him. I think they cleaned him up, like like you do a baby. And look at him, and honestly, he looks just like my grandfather. I was going to show you guys that on the presentation. I'm gonna post a video of my. I got two. Everybody has two grandfathers, but my mom's dad. Yeah. So this is my mom's dad, my grandpa. Right. My dad's dad, I call him Good Daddy, and I call my mom's dad. I mean, my mom's mom. Yeah, my mom's good grandma, obviously, and then dad's mom's good mommy. But anyways, they got different names, so we can decipher them. So like this is grandpa, my mom's dad. And so I drew a picture of him in my journal. If you know me, I keep a journal book. Used to. I just write down what I do on a day-to-day basis now. But I used to actually write out how my day went and draw pictures of the highlight of my day and stuff like that. So that's me in cartoon form. That's my grandpa. And so yeah, like if you saw more photos of him, and I'm gonna post a video of him talking like during our Thanksgiving event that we just had, like Maya posted. I don't know what her video said yet, but yeah, Zion actually looks just like him in this photo. And I did too when I was a baby, so that's how I know we look alike. Like my grandpa was the first person I saw right here. Look at that. Don't he look like grandpa?
Yeah,
He looks just like my grandpa, man. Yeah, I should look up some more photos in the video so you guys can see what he looked like. But yeah, after they did the little heat thingy majigger.
Yes, that's when I finally saw him.
Yeah, I brought him over there to her, and yeah, and as you can see, Maya's emotional. I'm just smiling, like I'm just cheesing. I'm so happy because like everything looked like it's going good, and that's what I was praying for, like just a healthy birth experience. Wow, look at that photo. That is a nice photo. Look at that.
Uh-huh.
I need to post that. Oh my gosh, y'all see that photo? Wow. Give her credit. Look at that. That's Zion. That's Maya. That's me. Wow. I never really looked at these. That's Zion and Maya. Look at Zion. He's actually looking.
Mm-hmm.
Like I should show you guys a photo of, like what babies see, like at 3 to 6 months. 6 to 9 months, and after a year, because they barely can see anything at
It's blurry.
0 to 3 months. They can't see anything at all. So he's trying to see, these photos. So, but anyways, and I'll get to this. Like after we came from that room where they birthed Zion and got, this did the C-section and got Zion out of Maya, we went to back to the room that we were initially in. They eventually moved us to a different room, but this is the room that when you're in labor or about to have a baby, they put you in. It's a huge room. It's right by the room that they do the C-section. I guess where they take out the baby, through the vagina. I don't know. But anyways,
I mean, if you give birth, it would have been in that. If you push it out, it would have been in that room.
Okay, I get. Okay, so this is the birthing room. All right, the regular birthing room. All right, the organic one or whatever. All right, but anyways, when Zion was born, I had him and I just held him, and that's all I did was just hold him. And then he started crying, and but I had him for like probably like 2 hours or something. Like I just held him. Like before I even talk about that, I'm gonna go back when he was in that little heat thing right here. Like I was the first person to hold his hand. Like they were holding his hand with their gloves and stuff, but I know he felt like he was being poked and plugged and and all that stuff. So I put my hand, my actual finger in his hand, and I can't describe the moment. Like when was the first time you did it? Because when I did it, man, it was like I don't care for babies. I never really cared for babies, right? I knew I would care for a baby when I had my own baby, right? And so when Zion showed up and he was crying and in distress, I just put my hand in his hand. He calmed down for a minute. I don't know if you heard him stop crying for a second or just calm down, like at least. But he calmed down a little bit, like when I was right there talking to him because he could remember my voice. And he even looked at me. He looked at me. He was like, "Oh, like like
I know that voice."
Yeah." So it was crazy. All right, and this is when he first came out, right? But like I was saying, when we went back to the birthing room,
you went by yourself because I was still on the table.
Yeah, they had to clean her up or whatever. I just held him for 2 hours. So I guess there's a point where I was holding him for that long. But anyways, eventually he started crying, and they were like, "He's hungry," like and I didn't even think about that. I'm just holding him. And so mine had the breastfeed. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to show that one. But yeah. But anyways, that's my son right there, right? And then that's me, obviously. So yeah, it was a great experience. It was interesting, but just that first initial moment, like when we saw Zion, like it was crazy, man. Like I can't even words can you describe it? I don't have words to describe it. Like you got anything to say?
I know. For me, when it happened, when it was happening, I know I almost cried. You said I was emotional and I was like holding back tears. Because I was just going through so many emotions, like because that's not what I wanted. That's not what we went to the hospital. What I envisioned happening. I wanted a natural birth. I wanted to push out the baby. Um, like I didn't want to do a whole lot of uh, interventions, but I mean I was okay with some if I was at the point where I needed one. Like I would have wanted to do the gas for pain. Like there are things I would have wanted to do if I were to make some interventions, but all that was kind of taken away because he had to come out. His heart rate was dropping. Mine was elevating. Mine was high. And so we had to do what we had to do. And at the end of the day, what I wanted most was just a healthy baby. So I wanted him to be healthy and me to come out okay. So that is what ultimately happened. But it still wasn't what I wanted, what I envisioned, and I had to let go of that idea.
Yeah, I think we did it. Like that's all.
Yeah.
What was it like when you first saw them? Yeah, what was it like when you first saw them? You feel like you answered that question? Like I don't know if I can really answer it. Like
For me, I think I'd say when I really first really got to see him was uh, when I was breastfeeding him for the first time. Because I mean, like the first time I'm still like lying on the table. I'm still like half numb and barely feel anything, and they just gave me medicine in case I feel like I'm gonna throw up and stuff. Like I'm like all on all the drugs and stuff. So like I wouldn't consider that like when you're. And I wasn't even really holding them. Yeah, I was kind of holding them, but not really, because I think my arms were still tied down. So, like someone else is holding him right there by me. So, like when I'm breastfeeding him for the first time, that's when I like really got to like see him, hold him, and it was kind of like a magical feeling. Like this is who I've felt in my body for the past
yeah,
like 9 months. Like this is this little person that I've been talking to or praying for and been anticipating getting to meet. Like you're finally here, Earthside. Like I've already known that you were here, but now I finally get to see you, get to hear what you sound like, see you, not in a picture form.
you know, Maya's being nice right now. This is her serious face. So this means something's wrong. Like so, she's going through a lot emotionally right now. Like just to let y'all know, like that's when she's about to break down and cry. That's her face that she makes. And you know that's true. Like that's why I asked what I asked. By the way, you remember? And it made you feel seen for the first time.
Uh-huh.
That's why. We'll talk about that another time. Yeah, see, you about to cry. You're still about to cry. Yeah, I can show you guys these photos. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they got the ones where I actually put on the bomber suit. I should have showed that.
Oh yeah, I couldn't see you do that.
Yeah, we didn't say this when when she was in labor, her mom and sister came automatically to the hospital with us, like met us there. I think.
Eventually.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
took forever to
it's
answer the phone.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, they did take forever to even know that she was in labor and stuff, but they came when they were ready. But yeah, I meant to say that like the doctors, they said like I'm the first person ever to go in the delivery room. It's like not ever, but like it was just weird. Like how many photos I was taking of Zion and Maya. Like they were like, "What? Man, this is crazy!" Like, and they didn't say I couldn't. Like I asked if I could. They said, "Yeah, you can." They said, "Just don't look at her." Really, I said, "Okay." But yeah, this is when I put on this my super suit before I went in there to help deliver the baby, if you want to say that. I don't think I got no weird photos. But yeah, this is him when he was first born right here. This is my son. Look at him. How good he look. And they give everybody that hat. Like I know
Yeah.
everybody's used to seeing that hat that they be wearing on their head.
Yes. pink and blue. So
Yeah.
it's a boy or a girl.
Me, my son. Yeah, here's him in the room. See, he don't even look like my grandpa. Look at that.
Yes.
I'm like an old man. It's funny how babies look like old people when they first born. I can show you guys these. Yeah, this and while we're on the subject, like guys, like you get. I would recommend preparing for kids like before you get them because like
Yes.
man, that night sucked. Man, when he
Ugh,
was first born,
that first night
all he did was cry.
hard.
That's all he did. He didn't really eat like that. He just wanted to cry because she had to develop the breast milk. So like he wasn't eating. He's probably just hungry, like and ready to eat. So like he just whining and breastfeeding, whining and breastfeeding, and like we ain't getting no sleep. And then doctors kept on coming and say like, if you guys, this was after the birth, right? How long were we there for? Like 4 days, 3 days, like yeah, because she had a C-section. So if you have a C-section, you can be at the hospital longer than if you just have a
birth vaginal.
yeah. And so yeah, we're in this hospital room. They moved us to a different room now because we got to be there for 3 days. This is where we were for 3 days, which was great because they actually give you food, but it only goes to the wife. It don't go to the man. So from a man perspective, it sucked. But like if you are really nice, they'll hook you up. So like my mom always says, you can attract more bees with honey than with vinegar. So don't be bitter and rude towards people.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm nice towards people. You know I am. But anyways, yeah. So like we ain't getting no sleep. He just all he did was cry the whole time. The doctors kept on coming, like we can take him for you guys, and if you won't. And Maya, she doesn't like anybody raising her kids but her. Like if I'm being honest. So like I just put. Well, go ahead. You got something to say?
It's not that I don't want anybody. It's that I had like the idea that I could do it, and I wanted to do it. Like it's something I prayed for, having kids, so I wanted to do it, and not necessarily. I didn't want to need help, but it is okay to ask for help. What is his hand? Right there?
He's an angel.
He's our little angel. But yeah, and so, especially like with the breastfeeding, like at the very beginning, like it was like almost every 45 minutes, and it was
every 45 minutes
practically
every.
Yeah. And like and they asked about giving him a little bit of formula, and because what I didn't want, like I didn't want a combo feed. I wanted to exclusively breastfeed, and so but like every 45 minutes, y'all, that was like killing me that first like night or two. And so eventually I did say yes, and it gave us just a little bit more time. And eventually I think by like day 2, my milk actually came in and stuff. But it's just a lot of pivoting and adjusting to what you thought you were going to do, and being prepared to mourn what you thought and be okay with what is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What was I finna say? Dang, I was finna say something. But yeah, guys, like when he was yeah, in that room that I was talking about, let me stop sharing my screen so I can say it. Like Maya would not get rid of him for anything. Like, and doctors kept on coming back in saying, like, you guys want us to take him, we can take him and give y'all guys a break to sleep. And so this is like the second night. I done had enough after the first night. Like the first night we ain't getting no sleep. And the doctors kept on coming in like after 3 hours or something. Like, no, I wouldn't even say 3, probably every 2 hours or something. So obviously you can't get no sleep just from the doctors coming in.
Yeah,
right?
They were
monitoring her.
Yeah, and putting in the pain medicine for me and stuff. And,
making sure we're okay with the baby. Because I think like in a hospital setting, after the C-section, or even just you in the hospital with the baby, like they're trying to test and see, are you a good like parent? Like, because if they get any indication that you're bad or incapable of taking care of the kid, I think they're going to take the kid from you. I really do. Like, I think that's what that session is for, that time frame. But anyways, they kept on coming back in, checking on her and stuff. And so obviously if we go to sleep, like they keep on waking us back up just from them coming in. But then Zion would cry too and keep us from sleeping. So like we ain't getting no sleep. So like after the first day and that night came and it's 3 a.m. and like the doctors just left and we're knocked out. About to, we're about to sleep nice. We're good. We thinking Zion gonna sleep too. Started crying. I said, "Man, get him out of here."
Yes, he did.
The doctor took him, but what made me mad is she only took him for like 45 minutes and let us sleep. Then they came back in there. I was so
So I
mad.
had to feed him again.
I was so mad, man. Ugh. But like, yeah, that's what it's like having a baby, man. Like you're on their schedule, and then on top of that, like their schedule kind of overrule yours. At least it should. Like like so, and they're a priority, right? So like you can't just they can't take care of themselves. So like having a baby is like you're taking care of another person, and you got to take care of yourself too. So it's hard to take care of both, and then another person too. So like it's three people you got to take care of. Lord help you got more kids. So like it's just a lot. Like so. That was a lot of adjustment, man, when he was first born. I just want to throw that out. I'll never forget that just him crying nonstop. Can't even sleep. Like go to sleep. Like that gone. Can't sleep at all. Those first few days were awful.
Well,
Actually, I would say like the months, like first 3, like when him as a newborn, we didn't get sleep like that.
yeah, because he didn't really sleep at night.
Yeah.
I mean, in the womb, he didn't sleep at night. So it took me so long to go to sleep at night because I could feel him moving.
Yeah, he'd be moving a lot too.
Yes.
He'd be dancing or something at night when she didn't sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping her from sleeping. But anyways, yeah, that's the birth of our son, man. I want to show some photos too. Like I know I've been showing off photos, but this is really for my son. Like, when he gets older and wants to know about what it was like when he came into the world. And by the way, he was born at like 4 a.m. I think.
Yes, at 4:30 in the morning.
On Thanksgiving Day in 2024. So it was November 28th, 2024 at like 4 a.m. So it took a minute for them to for it, the whole process. Like the dilation thing, like she was talking about, it took hours for her to get to that point. And she was on a bouncy ball and everything in that one room. Like they had her doing certain stuff. They would have had her doing more tricks and stuff to like get the baby to come out, but he pooped in her. And so that's when the C-section happened. So we didn't get to say that. But yeah, this is when this is his first outfit he ever wore when we took him out. You guys saw it right here. Like this one.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me make it bigger so you guys can really see it. So that's him. Yeah, but this was it when he first got in a car seat. I got way more photos of those, but I'll save you guys the trouble. But this is probably like the first photo, other than the hospital photos, that I took of him outside of the hospital and in our bedroom at the duplex we live in Lebanon, Tennessee. So yeah, let me get to some more good stuff. So this is this year actually. This is our Christmas photos we took around after Thanksgiving, for Zion, to remember himself. Like look how cute he is, And then Maya did like a personal photo shoot for him before Thanksgiving, right?
For his birthday.
November 28th, 2024. And then this is me as a baby and Maya as a baby. I want you guys to see how much we look like him. Like, look at this. Like, Maya actually looks like him right here. Like, I gotta be honest. Like, when he was first born, I didn't see Maya at all. But like she said, like with certain faces he makes, like this one right here, he actually looks like her. Like, like, and I see what other people are seeing. Like, at first I didn't see it. Right? I only saw me. Right? And that's what's crazy. Like, he has both of us. Like, look at that. Look at me. Do you see Zion? I look just like Zion. Look at Zion. Now look at me. Look at Zion. Look at me. Like, not even in that photo. That's not a photo that does justice, because he pretty much looks like Maya right here. But it's crazy how he looks like both of us. Like, he's like a chameleon, and he switches who he want to look like, me or Maya. Like, it's crazy. His dad or mom. So, yeah, and this is Maya again right here. Right? Did you guys see that one already? No, you haven't. All right. And so, yeah. And this is Maya right here too. These photos, you should have picked some other ones, but I just
only ones
I just included them just to include them. But yeah, let's look at this. So this is actually another photo I took of him when we first got back to the duplex after the hospital. But yeah, you can't really see how we all look alike, but I mean you can see like the noses and stuff. There are some similarities. All right, but this is what I really want to show you guys. Like me as a kid Like we look just alike. It's crazy. But like I said, you can't really tell on these photos. But if you saw him, and you'll see him on the videos and stuff we do, and when we go live, and future videos in general and stuff with him, and when we get more photos. But yeah, we all look alike. It's crazy. Well, obviously me and Maya don't look alike, but maybe when we're together longer, we'll look alike. But that's me as a baby. That's Maya as a baby again. And then obviously that's us right here. Let me make it bigger again. Let's just go through these photos while I'm here. Right. So this is me as a baby again, and then this is Zion. Right. So yeah, me as a baby again. That's my parents and my older brother. Vaughn. All right. This is me again. Wow. Now when Zion was born, this is what he looked like. He looked just like this, crying. Right there. And actually he looked like that too. Like he looked just like that, because that's like a crying face a little. So when Zion be crying, this is the face he makes. He looks just like me when he cries, right? Mm-hmm. You'll say that. That's crazy. When he cries, he looks like me. And that's him right there, Maya. That's me. And by the way, that's me when I got a pen stuck in my head. When I was 2 years old, I got an ink pen stuck in my head, and it was 2 inches away from my brain. They said if it was any closer, I would have died. So, yeah, that's God had me around for a reason. So that's me again, my older brother Vaughn, and my parents, me, and that's Zion. But that's the video, guys. You guys get it. All right, you good? You have anything else to say? Good. All right, yeah. So you know what to do, guys. Here goes our social media pages, best social media pages ever. I need to show you guys my social media page because she changed her names on them, but it's in the description of the video. Wherever you're watching from, I'll make sure to put it in the description. So just support us on our social media platforms. If you want way more of us and stuff like that, we're going to be posting way more photos for you guys of us and Zion and our fashion stuff. And yeah, obviously we're gonna do way more videos like this. So if you enjoyed it, make sure to click that like button. That will help YouTube to let you know. That will help you to let YouTube know that you're interested in content like this. They'll start recommending you more videos that we've done like this. And then also I want to lead you guys to this playlist. So on Upload Past Crossroads, anytime we do a video, I put every video in a playlist to where you can get your whole feel of whatever you're looking for, and listen to way more of whatever you want, right? So if you enjoyed this video, you can go to Jenkins family. Well, the Jenkins, Maya and me. That's what I call Maya, and then me. All right, so you can check out this playlist to listen to way more of our videos, and then also if you want to see Maya way more, watch her content, like when my grandpa talked. Is he on here? Can I show him? I mean, but is he on here though?
Yeah.
Let's see. So guys can check out this video, see what Thanksgiving was like. Where do you think he's at? Grandpa right here, and that's my grandma right here. So you can't tell what they look like really. Yeah, that's them right here. But yeah, check out that video. Make sure to like it up. And please, anytime you watch a video on here, make sure to like the video, because it helps this channel to grow, helps YouTube to recommend this kind of content to other people. All right, but yeah, we'll see you guys in another video. All right, peace out.